When you fall in a game 37-0, you may think there weren't very many highlights, but here's a good one right there, Luke Kennan. And there were a lot of them, really, defensively and offensively. Trojans went to Wapsie Valley, a cold night, but a lot of the faithful made the trip over. Very impressive group of Turkey Valley fans on hand for a cold, windy night against the #1 ranked team. But we'll have the highlights of the first half right after this. The Kinsey 3600 twin line planter combines toughness and versatility with added productivity. Now available with air seed delivery, you'll spend less time filling and more time planting. The hydraulic weight transfer mechanism keeps the wings from rising out of the ground to deliver the precision you've been looking for. That's Think and Rose technology, only from Kinsey. Rose, it's all we think about. Get your Kinsey planter from Cleat Kashutka Farm Equipment in Protivit. Well, there's a couple of dads looking on from Wapsie Valley on a cold night against the #1 ranked team. Trojans first on offense. They're going to have trouble getting it rolling. That's Luke Kennan on the carry, banging out there to about the 35-yard line, a couple of tough yards. And now they go with Brian Schmidt off right tackle. He'll pick up 4 or 5 yards, so they did come up 3rd and short here, but will come up just shy and had to punt the football away and give it to the Wapsie Valley Warriors, a team that scores a lot of points, but the Trojan defense really played them well early on. There you see Charles Hadacek making the tackle on that play, and now it's John Hageman getting him, along with some help there from Nick Schaffenbuhl, as the Trojans being very tough here on defense. And here's a pass play broken up. That was Riley Merrick who swatted it away, bringing up a 3rd down play here for Wapsie as they tried for the first down, and the Trojans did hold, and they had a punted away. That was Riley Busta on that last tackle. And now we're going to see the Trojans back on offense. Luke Kennan will get a good run going here from about the 35. There he goes. He's going to pick up 3 tough yards for Luke, as now it's Jacob Hackman making an excellent block on this next play. He was inserted here. There you saw him with a good block. Dalton Hackman sends a guy in motion. He's going to run the football. Some good lead blocking. One of the better runs of the night for Turkey Valley, as Dalton crossed midfield there. But the Trojans had to give it back up, and Wapsie Valley goes on offense here, and good tackling by Turkey Valley, holding him and making it mighty tough for the Warriors most of the night. They did break for some big plays on the Trojans. There's a good tackling there. John Hageman, Nick Schaffenbuhl, Dalton Hackman all in on that play, and the incompleted pass broken up by Dalton and Buckendall. And we'll be back with the offensive end of the ball game again for Turkey Valley right after this. Not every year can be a bumper year, but every year you can get the most from your crop with the help of the agronomy specialist at the Fredericksburg Farmers Co-op. With Fit Planning, the FFC field specialist can help you choose the right Pioneer seed for your soil, along with the proper crop protection. It's exactly what you need to assure you get the very best yields year after year from your corn, soybean, and alfalfa crops. They'll work with you, so give them a call at 563-776-6474. Your Fredericksburg Farmers Co-op agronomy field specialists in the Waukoma and Jackson Junction area are Ernie and Gary Schmidt, and they're proud to be serving you for many years. You're going to Decorah anyway, so you might as well stop at the Fairway Food Store, where you get the very best in meat, the beef, the pork. It doesn't matter, the chicken. It's all delicious at Fairway. they also have the juiciest produce and the freshest produce. So stop there at Fairway for the meat, the produce, and everything else. It's a full-service food store. Fairway in Decorah. Well, we had royalty on hand. Queen Kaylin Cruzy there on the right, taking in the action as the Trojans on offense here. Luke Kennan with a good hard run with second, third, fourth effort, carrying some of those big Wapsie Valley players, and Luke with an excellent run there. Now the Trojans again attacking, this time with Brian Schmidt off right tackle, quarter ends. It's 7-0 in favor of Wapsie Valley. And now the Trojans switch sides, go from the other direction. That was Luke Kennan off on the left side with a run there. And then we did have some fumbling problems in the football game. And after a touchdown, Brian Schmidt with a great return here. Thought he might go all the way, but a Wapsie player did catch up with him there on the left side, but a great return all the way inside the 30. And now the Trojans, here's Brian on a sweep to the right. Boom, he got really wrestled down hard there out of bounds. Well, the official said keep that clock moving, so they did. And here's a big play, but it went incomplete. Luke was wide open for a first down, and Dalton just missed him. So it was going to go back here in short order back to Wapsie, and now the Trojans again on the offense with a good run by Brian Schmidt. This is a different series right here. And again, Brian runs the football for the Turkey Valley Trojans as they started riding Brian quite a bit there. And here's a big play in your football game. Trojans would get a break, somewhat of a break, on this particular play, as we had a pass interference call on it on that play. And now we're going to go with Luke up the middle, and the Trojans. Definitely safe to say a lot has changed since 1964. Farming certainly has. That's the old Protoman fire truck actually used in 1964. One thing has remained the same since 1964, the commitment by the Farmers Mill established by Bill and Ann Merrick, handed down to their children and to their staff. It's a commitment that shows the Merricks front and center in many activities throughout the year. You see the Merricks and their staff serving in many different ways, in all types of community events and projects. They're there for the schools, for the churches, and in so many other ways. Serving the farmer and the communities for nearly 50 years since 1964. The Farmers Mill in Protoman.